Yo, what's good guys? Welcome back to another video where today we'll be speaking about the Premier League Game Week 33 matches. We got some really good ones here. So let's get started. Newcastle versus Tottenham. This is going to be a pretty solid game here. So let's get started with Newcastle. They've been in some good form. Gordon has been performing very well. Bruno Guimaraes scored a banger versus Fulham. Managed to defeat Fulham 1-0. Newcastle did. Onto Tottenham. This team has potential to get the Champions League spot, the 4th spot, and they are battling it out with Aston Villa. And their form has been not too bad recently. Heung-min Son is having one hell of a season. I believe he has like 15 goals and 8 assists in like 27 matches or so. And Maddison has been a very key player to Tottenham in terms of creating chances. Now, my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Newcastle. Now we have Brentford versus Sheffield United. This could be a very interesting game. Brentford have not been the best this season. They have managed to pick up some form. They had a 6-goal thriller versus Aston Villa, which ended 3-3. Mbuemo and Wissa being the key players who scored goals in that game, and they're just getting better. I feel like they'll get better and better, I think, every single game. Onto Sheffield United, they have not been too good. They've been struggling a lot this season. They lost to Liverpool in a 3-1 loss a few weeks ago, and they were drawing 1-1, and they have conceded an insane amount of goals. I believe like 80 plus. That is the most in the Premier League. That's outrageous. And I think they are going down for sure. And I think Brentford will win this game 3-1. Now we have Man City versus Luton Town. Realistically, City should not lose this game right here. So let's get started with Manchester City. They have been finding some form finally, playing like the City we all know. I've been saying Grealish is such an important player to this Manchester City team. He is one of the main reasons, I think, why last season they won the treble. He was very key in that team as well. And they got a solid win versus Crystal Palace, which was 4-2. And De Bruyne was actually insane in that Crystal Palace game with 2 absolute amazing goals, banger goals in that game. Onto Luton Town, they have been not too good recently, managed to win 2-1 versus Bournemouth, a huge 3 points, but they are still in 18th place, and I really rate this team, very underrated at times, but they gotta keep winning to stay out of the relegation zone. So my prediction is gonna be a 4-1 win for Manchester City. Now we have Nottingham Forest versus Wolves. This game has underrated written on it, in my opinion. So let's get started with Nottingham Forest. They have been on some good form. Gibbs White has been balling out for them. I mean, when does he not ball out for them? Is one of their most important players. They're actually very close to the relegation zone. I believe what separates Nottingham Forest and Luton Town is the goal difference. They're actually on the same points, so it could be tight between Luton Town and Nottingham Forest there. They have to win this game here in Nottingham Forest. They can't lose. If they lose, they potentially go into the relegation zone. Onto Wolves. This team has been good this season. Form recently has not been good though. They lost to West Ham 2-1, which was a rough one, and they had a equalizer, which was disallowed by VAR, and I think they will turn up in this game, in my opinion, but I see this game ending in a 2-2 draw. And we have Burnley versus Brighton. Surely Brighton win this matchup, so let's get started with Burnley. This club is in some trouble this season. They must get some points really soon, because they could be going down. Like, honestly, they really need to get points in the next few games if they want to really push out of that relegation zone. It's going to be tough, but they have to try. and they actually lost to Everton 1-0, which was rough. I thought they could have got at least a point, but they didn't. So on to Brentford. Team's been in a rough spot. Form-wise recently, they have not been good. They lost 3-0 versus Arsenal, and they got dismantled in that game. They could play football, I just think they struggle to get those results. Maybe attacking-wise, they are a bit weaker this season, but a player I rate is Enciso. He's very, very good. Very skillful player, great at dribbling. He is someone I like to watch. My favorite Brighton players. So my prediction is going to be a 3-0 win for Brighton. Now we have Bournemouth versus Manchester United. This could be a tight game, to be fair, so let's get started with Bournemouth. They were in a bit of a rut a few weeks ago. Now they have found their form. It's great to see, honestly, although they lost to Luton Town 2-1, and I think they are a good team. Solanke is a striker who has been very good for them this season. And Man United, this team has been in on and off form, as I said in previous videos, and I have no clue what is going on with this club overall. But Garnacho has been pretty clutch for them. He wasn't clutch in that loss against Chelsea a few weeks ago, which ended 4-3 in Chelsea's favor. And Cole Palmer, he crushed Manchester United hearts. And my prediction will be a 2-1 win for Manchester United. Now we have Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. This is a must win for Liverpool here. They have to win in order to stay in the title race. And Liverpool have been very good this season. Van Dijk, I believe, is back to his best. Nunez has found his form as well. And McAllister, this guy's been scoring quite a bit of bangers every few weeks. And he's just found his place in the team, which is a big positive. And this team has a very good chance to win the league. They are literally in the driver's seat right now. And on to Crystal Palace. They have not been bad, although they dropped points to City. In that game, they lost 4-2. To Manchester City. And Elise is back. He got some minutes against Manchester City. Glasner, though, could have his team cooking very soon, because I'm seeing some slight changes under his new management, which could have a big big improvements in the future. And my prediction will be a 3-1 win for Liverpool. And we have West Ham versus Fulham. I already know this game will be a great one, so let's start with West Ham. Very underrated team this season. They have been in not bad form, managed to win versus Wolves 2-1. And Kudus, I speak about this guy every single video. I'm just amazed at how good he is. He's good at carrying the ball. He's good at shielding the ball away from players. Just very, very good player. And Paqueta is a very key player as well. He was actually scored the winning penalty in their last game, which they won. And on to Fulham. This team is having a rough time. Form has not been it recently. They lost 1-0 to Newcastle. But Rodrigo Muniz, he had loads of chances, but he just couldn't get onto it. And this game, Fulham win, they could bump up a few more places in the table, but I think personally West Ham will win this game 2-1. Now Arsenal versus Aston Villa, massive game for both clubs. So let's get started with Arsenal. Arsenal have been absolutely immense. They have the best attack and defense in the league. And the Gabriel and Saliba partnership is out of this world. Dominated at the Amex Stadium versus Brighton, Arsenal did, and got a very solid 3-0 win there. And Kai Havertz, he has found his place in the team. I think he is a really good fit in that center forward spot, just bringing the ball down for players and bringing others into play. And on to Aston Villa. They have to turn up here to have a chance at Champions League football, because it's between, as I said before, Villa and Tottenham. Those two are battling it out between that fourth spot. And the past 2 games, Aston Villa have struggled. They lost to Manchester City, and then they drew to Brentford, and that Brentford versus Villa game was crazy. It ended 3-3, and Douglas Luiz got booked in that game, so he will miss this game against Arsenal, and my prediction will be a 3-1 win for Arsenal. Now we have Chelsea versus Everton, the last and final game here. Surely Chelsea win this game here, so let's get started with Chelsea. They have been finding their form. They managed to beat Manchester United 4-3. Cole Palmer clutched up in that game massively. The team seems to be playing better as well, and they're getting results recently, which is what they need exactly. Onto Everton, they've been putting up some not bad performances. The form has been good, to be fair. Managed to get a win versus Burnley. 1-0 was the end score, and Calvert-Lewin finally scored a goal, and they are safe from relegation at the moment. My prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Chelsea. Now, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment down below your predictions. I will make sure to check them out, and don't forget to subscribe as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.